Hello everyone, I hope you all are safe and healthy at your home. This is Ms. Gunjan Daswani from Shiv Jyoti Educational Group Kota and I welcome you all to your e-learning classes of English grammar. And today we are going to do a chapter of your English grammar book, that is Grammar Way, and chapter is chapter 25, Direct and Indirect Speech. So now you can open your books to page number 118 and you will find chapter 25 over there. Okay, so now you can open your books to page number 102 and you will find this chapter, that is chapter 19, Direct and Indirect Speech. Okay, so what is a direct and indirect speech? So students, this is a very important topic and it's a new topic for you all. So listen to me very carefully because this is an important chapter. Okay, so now you can see that this what does this direct and indirect speech means? I'll tell you. Okay, let me give you an example. We'll understand this with the help of an example. Saima said, I am tired. And the next sentence I'm writing, that is Saima said that she was tired. Actually, you can see both the sentences means the same, but the way to write them is different. Okay, so I can say that both the sentences means the same, but to the bit they are written differently. Okay, so that is only given over here. If you can see in the first sentence, you can see the direct words of the speaker are quoted. Okay, we are given with the direct exact words of the speaker. Who's the speaker? Saima. Saima has said that what? That I am tired. Okay, so here you can see the exact words of the speaker are given. But in the second sentence you can see it is being told to the another person. Okay, and the direct exact words are not directly written in this sentence. Okay, we have molded the sentence. Okay, so here only in your book also it is written, that is the words within quotation marks are exact words spoken by the speaker, and that is why the first sentence is what it is our direct speech. So this is direct speech. Okay, and let me come to the second sentence, what is written in the book. Let's see. So the exact words of the speaker are put here. You can see the exact words of the speaker are put within the inverted commas. But when I talk about the second sentence, you can see that direct speech can be reported by the listener to a third person later. Okay, so this sentence has been told to the third person, okay, later. So that's why this is not having any inverted commas in it. Okay, and the direct words, the exact words are not being told here. Okay, we have molded the sentence. जैसे मैं बोलूँ, आज मैंने आपको कुछ बताया. Okay, I have told you something, and you're telling the same thing to the another person. Okay, so what I have told you that I am tired, and if you are telling someone else that I am tired, then you will say it in indirect speech. When the second person is telling to the third person, that would be the indirect speech. But when the first person is talking to the listener or the second person, that would be the direct speech. Okay, and if you are talking to the third person, that would be the indirect speech. Okay, so this is indirect speech. The second sentence is of indirect speech, and you can see the small differences that we have. Okay, while we have converted the direct speech into indirect speech. This is only we are going to learn in this chapter, that how to convert the direct into the indirect speech. Okay, so what are the minor changes that you can see in both these sentences? What is the difference between both these sentences? As I told you that both these sentences means the same, but they are written differently. Okay, so here you can see that in direct speech, inverted commas are put and the exact words of the speaker are given. But here, can you see any inverted commas or any commas? No, there is. So in direct speech, in what now I'll write about direct speech. We are given with what? Inverted commas are there, right? Okay, and in indirect speech you can't see any kind of inverted commas. Okay, and there is one more difference, that is here we have used that, but in the direct speech whenever we are quoting the direct words of the speaker, we don't use that in that. Okay, that in the sentence. So that is why in direct speech that will not be used, and in indirect speech it will be used with the reported verb. Okay, so now let me tell you how to categorize, how to differentiate between what are these things called. Okay, so here first of all, this is the speaker, it's the subject, it's the speaker. Okay, so speaker here is Simon. Okay, this verb, as we are given with two verbs over here, so the verb which is outside the quoted words, outside the inverted commas, that would be the reporting verb. We will call this word, this verb as reporting verb. So this is reporting verb. Okay, and the sentence which is written over here in the inverted commas is our quoted words, or I can say reported speech. Okay, so this is the sentence which is given to us in the inverted commas. This is what? Reported speech or quoted words we can say. Okay, so now let's see what you have to do, what you have to keep in mind while changing a sentence to indirect speech. Okay, so you have to follow the 3 steps. What you have to do, you have to spot the reporting verb first. Okay, you have to find out what is the reporting verb in the sentence. In this sentence, what was the reporting verb? That was said. Okay, and after that, what you have to do, you have to recognize the tense in it. Okay, you have to see the tense over here. Okay, whether it is given, the reporting verb is given in the present tense or it is given in the past tense. So you have to look that also. You have to look for the tense also. You have to recognize the tense over here. Okay, after that, you have to recognize the tense of the verb given in the quoted speech or the reported speech. You have to identify this sentence, that this sentence is given in which tense, which is the reported speech which is given to us, that is the exact words of the speaker. Okay, you have to see what? You have to check the tense over here. Okay, after that, there are some rules that we will follow. So first is how the tenses change. Okay, so changes in tense. So the first point is, that is, it is also given in your book on page number 102. Okay, so in 102, the last thing is given over there, the last line is given. If the reporting verb is in the present tense, do not change the verb in the quoted words. Let's suppose I'll give you an example and we'll understand it with the help of an example. Okay, that is, the teacher says, the English test is on Wednesday. Okay, this is the sentence being given to us. Okay, so first of all, what you have to do while converting the direct speech into the indirect speech, you have to look for the reporting verb. What is the reporting verb? That is says. You have to recognize its tense. What is this tense over here? Says is the first form of the verb. Okay, so that's, it is given in the present tense to us, right? You have studied tenses. Okay, so this is given to, this is the first form, or I can say the main form or the base form of the verb. So that is why this is in present tense. Okay. Now, if the reporting verb is in the present tense, it is in the present tense according to the statement which is given to us. Okay, after that you have to, what you have to do not change the verb in the quoted words or reported speech. The verb in this direct exact words of the speaker, that is the English test is on Wednesday. In for this sentence we will not change the verb in it because the reporting verb is already in present tense. That's why we will not change the tense in the quoted words or reported speech. So what you have to do, first of all, you have to write down these sentences, the name of the speaker and the reporting verb, first of all, while converting into indirect speech. So the teacher says, and as I have told you that whenever we are converting direct into indirect speech, we have to use that after the reporting verb. So that will come. The teacher says that, then we exactly write the words which are given in the quoted speech, because we don't have to change any tense of the verb, okay, in this sentence because of the reporting verb which is already given into us in the present tense. So the teacher says that the English test is on Wednesday. Okay, and no commas, no inverted commas will come, and you can see there is no change in the tense of the quoted words. Okay, so there is no change over here, you can see. Now let's see the what is the second point? What is the second point being given to us? So if the reporting verb is in the past tense, what you have to do, change the verbs in the quoted words as given below. So for this we have to write a table. Okay, I'll tell you which tense is converted into which tense, while in the direct and the indirect. Okay, when the reporting verb is in the past tense, change the verbs that in the quoted words. Okay, the quoted speech, the reported speech will be converted. The verb that we have to change the verb which is given into the quoted speech, the direct exact words which are given to us when the reporting verb is in the past tense. Okay, so the present tense in the direct speech will change into the past tense into the indirect speech. So the present tense in direct speech changes into the past tense in the indirect speech. Okay, so how? Simple present tense will become what? Simple past tense. Okay, let's see an example now. What is the example? That is, Shyam said, my parents are in Mumbai. You can see the reporting verb is given to us in the past tense, that is said. Said is given to us, and this is the second form of the verb. Okay, so if the reporting verb is in the past tense, then we have to change the tense in the exact words, or I can say in the quoted speech or the reported speech. Okay, so what we have to do now, you have to identify the tense in the in the reported speech over here. My parents are in Mumbai. Are in Mumbai, that means the sentence is in simple present tense, and as I told you that simple present tense will convert into simple past tense. Okay, so what we have to do to convert this sentence into the indirect speech, we have to write the name of the speaker, that is Sham. Then the reporting verb will come, that is said. Then we have to add that after the reporting verb, that is said that. Now my parents, whose parents we are talking about? Sham's parents. Okay, so we have to convert the pronoun also over here. We will see to it in a detailed form in the next topic, that is his parents. Are will be converted into were. Okay, as parents is the I can say parents is the plural verb, plural subject, that's why are is coming. So when we are converting the simple present into simple past, we have to look for the subject also. So what will come? Are will be converted into were, as we have to change the simple present tense into simple past tense. Were in Mumbai. Full stop. This is how we have converted simple present tense to simple past tense. Okay, now if present continuous tense is given, if the direct speech, if I can say that if the reported speech is in the present continuous tense, then the present continuous tense will change into past continuous tense in the indirect speech. Present continuous will change into past continuous. Okay, now let's see an example. If I say that Sheila said I am going to play, full stop, inverted commas, close. So you can see the reporting verb, it is in past tense. Okay, so if the reporting verb is in past tense, then we will change the verb which is given to us in the reported speech. Okay, so you have to, now what you have to do, you have to identify the tense in this sentence. Okay, that identify the tense of this sentence. What is the tense? That is I am going, ing form of the verb is there. So it's a continuous tense, and am is there, and am is used with I when we are talking about the present tense. So it's what? It's a present continuous tense. So present continuous tense in direct speech will convert into past continuous tense in the indirect speech. Okay, so let's change this sentence into indirect speech. Sheila said, what will come? That will come. Okay, after said that, who's I over here? Sheila herself. So she will be used for I. She was going. What is the structure for past continuous tense? That was subject plus was or were, first form of the verb with ing and the rest of the sentence, right? So with the singular subject was will come, and if the subject would be plural, then were would have come. But here we are talking about Sheila only, that's why we have used was. Okay, and then going to play, and then full stop. No inverted commas in the indirect speech. Okay, now when I talk about the present perfect tense. Okay, so when the reporting verb is in past tense, okay, so the present tense would be converted into past tense, right? The present tense which is given in the direct speech will be converted into the past tense in the indirect speech. So, if the reported speech is in present perfect tense, it will be converted into past perfect tense in the indirect speech. Past perfect tense will come. Okay, so let's see an example. Meera said, India has won the match. Okay. So here you can see reporting verb, past tense. Okay, reporting verb is in past tense. So we have to change the tense, the verb in the which is given in the reported speech. So it would, if it is given in present perfect tense, let's see if it is given in the present perfect tense or not. India has won the match. What was the structure for present perfect tense? That was subject plus has or have with the third form, or I can say the past participle form of the verb, and then the rest of the sentence. And now if it is there in the present perfect tense, right? Has won is coming, right? So it would be converted into past perfect tense. Let's convert this. Meera said, that will come. Okay, that India, we are talking about the subject, right? That is India. India has. Now what was the structure for past perfect tense? That was subject plus had with the third form of the verb or the past participle form of the verb continued by the rest of the sentence. So has will come or had will come. As we have to convert this present perfect into past perfect, here had will come. Okay, India had won the match. Okay, this is how we have converted the simple present to simple past, present continuous to past continuous, and present perfect to past perfect. Okay, now we are going to see the past tense in the direct speech changes in indirect speech in the following manner. There is a manner. So if the reporting verb is in past tense and the reported speech is also given in the past tense, then what will be the tense converted into while we are converting the direct speech into the indirect speech? So let's see. Simple past will convert into past perfect. It will be converted into past perfect tense. Like it is not like that कि आप simple present को simple past में किया तो आप simple past को simple present में कर दोगे. No, that is wrong. Only simple present will convert into simple past, but simple past will not be converted into simple present. Rather, it will convert into past perfect. So simple past would be converted into past perfect tense. Let's look at an example. John said, Mary came late to school. You can see the reporting verb is in past tense and the reported speech is given to us, Mary came late to school. Okay, so here you can see we have used what? The second form of the verb. And what was the structure for simple past tense? It was subject plus the second form of the verb plus the rest of the sentence. Right? So here we have used the second form of the verb only. So this sentence is what? Is in simple past tense. So we have to convert this into past perfect tense now. Let's see how it would be converted. John said that will come in place of the inverted commas, and after the reporting verb that will be coming. After that, Mary. What was the structure for past perfect tense? That was subject plus had plus the third form, or I can say the past participle form of the verb, and then the rest of the sentence, right? So John said that Mary had, what is the third form of come? That is come, came is the second form, and come again is the third form. So had come school. Okay. Now we will see that if the quoted words in the direct speech are given to us in the past continuous tense, then how you will convert that tense into which tense it will be converted. So let's see. So if the quoted words are given to us in past continuous tense, then it would be converted into past perfect continuous tense. So now you must be thinking, what is past perfect continuous tense? Right? Let me tell you. It will be converted into past perfect continuous tense in indirect speech. So past perfect continuous tense is that this tense expresses what? That the action has started in the past and it is continuing up till until the another time in the past only. Okay, so that is shown by past perfect continuous tense. Okay, past में काम चालू हुआ और कब तक कंटिन्यू हुआ? तब तक एक another time in the past only it was continued till then. So that is the past, that is expressed by past perfect continuous tense. Okay, so now past perfect continuous, what is the structure? How do you form the past perfect continuous tense? What you have to do? Subject plus had been plus first form plus ing and then the rest of the sentences there. This is the structure for past perfect continuous tense. Okay, now we'll convert the sentence according to this structure only. Okay, so like if the sentence, if the direct speech, the quoted words in the direct speech are given to us in past continuous. Okay, like for example, the girls said we were preparing for the program. Okay, so you can see the tense. What tense is used in the quoted words? That is, we were preparing. That means was over. For what was the structure for past continuous tense? That was subject plus was or were plus the ing form of the verb, and then it's continued by the rest of the sentence. Right? You can see were is used. Right, and after that preparing is there. Right, so how we will convert this sentence into past perfect continuous tense? Okay, so first we'll write the speaker, who is the speaker? The girls. As I told you that in while we are converting the direct speech into the indirect speech, we will not add inverted commas or any commas in between them. Okay, we will write that after the verb which is there. Okay, that is said. Said that. Okay, then Who is we over here? The girls themselves. Okay, so that's why you can see we is considered is used over there because the subject was plural. That's why. So we have seen the changes in pronouns that we do. Okay, so according to it, they will come. Okay, so the girls said that they. Now we'll work according to the structure because we have to convert past continuous into past perfect continuous tense. So we have mentioned the subject, that was they, then had been will add. They had been. Preparing only will come because it's the ing form of the verb first form plus ing, prepare plus ing, preparing. Okay, so they had been preparing for the program. Okay, this is how we have to convert the past continuous tense into past perfect continuous tense. Okay, now let's see the another one that we have. If present perfect continuous is given to us, okay, if present perfect continuous tense is given to us, then this tense will be converted into past perfect continuous. It would be converted into past perfect continuous tense. Okay, so we have already seen the structure for past perfect continuous. Now we will see what is the structure for present perfect continuous tense and what is expressed through this present perfect continuous tense. Okay, so if this action is started in the past and is continuing in the present, it is still continuing in the present. So this indicates what? Present perfect continuous tense. So what is the structure for present perfect continuous tense? That is subject plus has or have plus been plus first form ing plus ing and then the rest of the sentence. This is the structure for present perfect continuous tense. Okay, so if the quoted words in the direct speech is given to us in the present perfect continuous tense, then it will be converted into past perfect continuous. Let's see an example. Lara said, I have been waiting for an hour now. Okay, so you can see I have been waiting. That means subject plus has or have, it depends on the subject. If the subject is singular, then we'll use has. If the subject is plural, then we'll use have. Okay, but with I what comes followed by have only. So this is an exception. I have been, you can see been is coming and then the ing form of the verb, that is waiting, and then it's continued by the rest of the sentence. So this is given to us, if the quoted words are given to us in present perfect continuous. Now when we convert this sentence into indirect speech, like you can see, Lara said that, we'll remove inverted commas and we'll put that after the verb. Okay, so Lara said that. Who's I over here? I is Lara herself, right? So we'll use she as a pronoun. So Lara said that she, have will be converted into had, because what is the structure for past perfect continuous we have seen over here? That was subject plus had been plus the first form of ing with first form of the verb plus ing and then the rest of the sentence. So she had been waiting for an hour, now will be converted into then. So there's a table given in your book on page number 119. You can refer to that table. Okay, and there is one more table which is given on page number 120 and 121. You can refer for the other changes, small changes that we have. Okay, like Lao is converted into then. Okay, now we'll see the another one, that is if past perfect continuous tense, if like you can see it was past continuous tense was converted into past perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous tense is converted into past perfect continuous. But what about the past perfect tense? Past perfect tense does not change whenever we are converting it into the indirect speech. Okay, if the quoted words are given given to us in the past perfect tense, then it will not have any kind of change in the indirect speech. Okay, the tense will remain the same. There will be the change of pronouns, that's it. Okay, and if the past perfect continuous tense is given, that thing, if the quoted words are given to us in past perfect continuous, then it will not be converted into present perfect continuous. हम इसका उल्टा नहीं करेंगे. Okay, this past perfect continuous is given to, if it is given to us in the quoted words, then in that when we are converting that sentence into indirect speech, it will not undergo any change. उसमें कोई change नहीं होगा. Okay, so these were the changes in tenses. We have seen that simple present present tense was converted into simple past, present continuous into past continuous, and if I am talking about present perfect, then it is converted into past perfect. I am talking about simple past, then it will be converted into past perfect, not into simple present. Okay, and we have seen some of the changes over here, that past continuous tense is converted into past perfect continuous, and present perfect continuous tense is converted into past perfect continuous tense. And past perfect and past perfect continuous tense, if given in quoted words, they will not have any change when they are converted into the indirect speech.